Hello, and welcome to another Crack-a-Pack. Today we'll be doing our very first Crack-a-Pack with the brand new Final Fantasy set. And although Final Fantasy has not really been part of my life experience, I am of course ecstatic to explore these new magic cards with you. But if you are a fan of Final Fantasy and you have some lore to share about any of the characters that we encounter, I really love getting to hear about other people's fandoms, especially ones that they are really passionate about. And I know Final Fantasy is quite wide and deep. So if anything strikes you as interesting to share, I would love to hear it. But for now, let's get our box unwrapped. I will pick out a pack for us to open. We'll go through each card together, and then at the end, we'll make a draft pick. Let's get started. This time, let's start with the pack on the right. And let's open it up. We are starting out with Geisel Greens. It is 1 and a green for a sorcery at common. Create a 2/2 green bird creature token with whenever a land you control enters. This token gets +1/+0 until end of turn. And it has flashback for 6 and a green. Magic Damper is a single blue for an instant at common. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains hexproof until end of turn. Untap it. Cloudbound Moogle is 3 white for a 2/3 Moogle at common. It has flying. When this creature enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, and plane cycling for 2. Summon GF Ifrit is 2 and a red for a 3/2 enchantment creature saga demon at common. Chapters 1 and 2. You may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. And chapters 3 and 4 add 1 red mana. Araman is 2 and a black for a 2/2 eye horror at common with flying, death touch, and pay 3, sacrifice another creature or artifact, draw a card. Grand Pull Sochu is a single green for a 1/1 plant beast at common with death touch and pay 8. Until end of turn, this creature gets +1/+1 for each permanent card in your graveyard. Instant Ramen is 2 for an artifact food at common with flash. When this artifact enters, draw a card. And as a food, you can pay 2 and tap and sacrifice this artifact. You gain 3 life. Eden, Seat of the Sanctum, is a land town at uncommon that you can tap to add colorless or pay 5 and tap, mill 2 cards. Then you may sacrifice this land. When you do, return another permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Barrett Wallace is 3 and a red for a 4/4 legendary creature, human rebel, uncommon, with reach. And whenever Barrett Wallace attacks, it deals damage equal to the number of equipped creatures you control to defending player. Summon Anima is 4 black for a 4/4 enchantment creature saga horror at uncommon. It has menace, and chapters 1 through 3 are pain. You draw a card and you lose 1 life. And chapter 4 is Oblivion. Each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice and loses 3 life. Exdeath, Void Warlock is 1 black-green for a 3/3 legendary creature spirit warlock, uncommon. When Exdeath enters, you gain 3 life. At the beginning of your end step, if there are 6 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, transform Exdeath. And it becomes Neo Exdeath, Dimensions End. A black and green star 3 legendary creature spirit avatar with trample. Neo Exdeath's power is equal to the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. the rare is Esper Origins. 1 and a green for a sorcery. Surveil 2. You gain 2 life. If this spell was cast from a graveyard, exile it, then put it onto the battlefield transformed under its owner's control with a finality counter on it. And it has flashback for 3 and a green. And it becomes Summon Esper Meduin, a green 4/4 enchantment creature, Saga Elemental. Chapter 1. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a permanent card, put it into your hand. Chapter 2. Add 2 green mana. Chapter 3. Other creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain a trample until end of turn. Ooh. And a foil rare. Excalibur 2 is 1 for a legendary artifact equipment, rare. Whenever you gain life, put a charge counter on Excalibur 2. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each charge counter on Excalibur 2. Equip 3. And finally, Windhurst Federation Center is a land town at common. This land enters tapped. Tap, add green or white. A hero token and a Moogle token. So here is our pack. And we did open 2 rares. Though both of them seem like they require a bit of setup to fully take advantage of. The Esper Origins will just gain you 2 life and Surveil 2, unless you flash it back and then you can get the Saga creature, which definitely seems alright, but I don't know if I'm super into it. And then the Excalibur is certainly a build-around card. If you've got a life gain deck or some lifelink creatures, seems like it could be pretty good. But if you don't, then it straight up does nothing, aside from contributing to your artifact count. So I don't know if I would want to commit to something like that yet. But I do want to take a closer look at some of the uncommons that we have. X-Death is certainly interesting, but I am curious how reliably we'd be able to flip it. If we do, then it's at least a 6/3, though I don't know how long it might stick around with only 3 toughness. I think the Saga here looks pretty good, though. You get 2 turns to attack with it as a 4/4 menace creature, and you can draw 3 cards off of it. The edict, I don't know if I put too much weight on, because maybe your opponent is just sacrificing a hero token or something like that. But the top part certainly has my attention. So let's look at these two together. They both effectively cost 6 mana for a 4/4 Saga creature. The Esper card does have some effects before the Saga, but just kind of imagining that they cost the same, which one might be more powerful. So like I mentioned, we get some card draw here, and then the last chapter might not be very impactful. We might draw a card on the first Esper chapter, and at the end we kind of get a mini overrun effect. They are both 4/4s, but the Anima has Menace, which I do value quite a bit. Plus we get one more turn to attack with it. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of leaning toward this one. But of course I want to know your thoughts down in the comments. I am especially curious if you got either of these in your pre-release deck. Let me know how they performed and whether you would take them highly in a draft. Would you pick the Summon Anima as your draft pick here? Or is there something else entirely that you would go with? Let me know. And of course, I would love to know in general how your pre-release went for you. Did you open any cards that you were really excited about? Were you happy with the deck that you built? Let's talk about it. And on Friday, I'll be showing you the deck that I played in my pre-release, as well as opening up some prize packs with you. And yeah, that will do it for today's Crack a Pack. Thank you so much for joining me, and if you enjoyed this video, I would absolutely love it if you would give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I'll be back with new Magic the Gathering ASMR videos every Monday and Friday. I truly appreciate all of your support, and I hope you have a wonderful day.